It's a bit of a rough and tumble film, so we wanted to start it off light. So hard luck love song. Your character Michael is a bit of a musician. What is a song that you would sing if you were trying to get your girlfriend back? And Sophia, we know you've recently got engaged. Is there a song that's special to you in any way?
Michael, he's a real musician who's a phenomenal guitar player. So I'm like, wait, do you have like a repertoire for this? I need to know. I've never thought to ask you that question.
Do you know, if I'm honest, I think that playing music to try and win someone back first and foremost, I don't think it's the right avenue. But in all I can say is that in any instance, whenever I'm sitting with friends or people that I love and care about, if someone asks me to play something, I always make it up on the spot. It's always a song that I'll never remember, I'll never play again. It's just something that is purely for the moment. And I find like things like that to be, if you have any inkling of or a talent and you're brave enough to harness it, I think those are the things that are really special, is it being just in that moment.
That also speaks to you having a really healthy relationship to attachment. I realize I'm hijacking Carly's interview now, but I'm like, wow, that's so interesting. It's funny, we were talking about this a few moments ago about how, because this movie is based on a song, it gave all of us a really shared rhythm. It gave us a shared language, if you will. And normally it takes a while to develop a shorthand, with your coworkers, with your work family. And I think that helped us get there so much more quickly. And knowing that for me, whether it's in my personal life or for characters I play, I make playlists for important things. I get obsessed with songs and then I listen to them for days at a time. It was very cool to know that each of us had at least one identical song on our playlists for this film.
That's amazing. Great. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Switching gears quite a bit, both of you have expressed that you are activists. You're very open about it. You're doing a lot of work. It has been 18 months since Breonna Taylor was killed. And I mention this because in the end of your film, a police officer shoots a man and then says, "I'm a cop. I can do anything I want." So I'm wondering, why do you both think that we need to put an end to qualified immunity?
Wow. Yeah, that's a whole nother world. Even things like that are so heavy, it almost steals my words. It's I usually have a lot to say. Things like that are yeah.
I think part of the reason that it can leave us breathless to confront issues like this is understanding how systemic and deep they run and for how long. It's not lost on me that today we are all sitting down and you're asking this question about Breonna Taylor, who was killed 18 months ago. We're talking about this on the day when the 3 surviving members of the Tulsa race massacre are seeing their first day in court in Oklahoma. The centennial was honored in June of 2021. This happened in 1921. It's taken 100 years and calls from all over the country and all over the world for the legal system to begin to even have a conversation about paying attention. So I think whatever the issues are that create that kind of systemic oppression, that create the impediments to justice, those impediments, those hurdles have to be removed so that we as a society can get honest about our ills and our misdeeds so that we can move forward and not repeat them. And I genuinely believe that it is our unwillingness to confront the issues that means that the issues happen over and over and over and over and over again. So my hope is that in whatever small ways, Michael and I can both spend the privilege of our platforms, can take the spotlight that every so often gets turned on us and turn it on people and communities who deserve advocacy and a voice, that we can do our small part. But I think we would be remiss to assume that there's one thing any of us can say that's somehow going to change this. It's going to require each of us being in it for the long haul, because this This is a practice that's hundreds of years old, unfortunately.
Yeah, it takes decades.